we're going to start out with our opening song, and
Do you have it?
I do have the clicker, and I do have the song. It's really hard. God is my source. So stand up, let's sing our song, then we'll go into meditation, and then we'll have some music by Joe.
God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source, love is my power, love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, everything I need. Joy is my source, joy is my power, love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, joy gives me everything I need. Peace is my source, peace is my power, peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, joy gives me everything I need. Back to God, God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need.
Not too far. All right.
The law of growth states that everything grows in its own time. A seed planted and given water and light will grow according to the inherent knowledge or intelligence in the seed itself. We cannot make it grow faster than it is intended. The law works in the world of thought in exactly the same way it does in the physical world. We plan our thoughts and provide nourishment for them. Then we must let the law of growth take over. An early New Thought writer explains that humanity is evolved and is continuing to evolve on all levels. Change and growth are the silent mandates of divinity. Back of all, unseen yet all-powerful, is the one universal law or cosmic urge, forever pushing and projecting us forward into higher physical, mental, and spiritual development. As we enter meditation, I invite you to contemplate, I cultivate my growth, welcoming solutions that nourish my well-being. And as you bring your attention gently back to the sound of my voice, knowing that there is only God, nothing outside of this eternal, infinite, all-powerful, all-knowing, and everywhere present. It is available in its entirety at every point, simultaneously. God is and I am. And we express this divine in infinite forms with infinite freedom. And in this consciousness of oneness, I know for each of us that we are expressing the divine in perfect form, that we are rising in new birth, that the Christ within us shines and glows with perfect love. I give great thanks for this day, knowing that Reverend Suzette's wisdom is flowing through her as God, and each of us, and the fellowship, and the music, and the technology, the community is just perfect. And I speak these words into the law of mind, knowing it is so, it is done, I let it go, I let it be, and so it is. Thank you, Mother, Father, God. Now let's hear from Joe. Joe Rathburn.
Hi, and good morning. Happy Easter. You may have heard me do this song before, but probably not like this. You say this old world has got you down, nothing but trouble all around. All you do is wear a frown everywhere you go. You say you can't even watch the news, not a single thing there you can use. You just get a big old case of blues. Here's all the news you need to know. Give nothing but love today. Give love and throw the rest away. In everything you do and say, give nothing but love. Give love and make somebody smile. Give them strength to walk another mile. You'll feel better all the while. Giving nothing but love. Yeah, the world's made of many parts. A lot of souls and a lot of hearts. Love is where the whole thing starts. I think you must agree. Love's the language that we all can speak. Yeah, it's the food that keeps us at our peak. So when a body starts to feeling weak, we need it fast and free. So give nothing but love today. Give love and throw the rest away. And everything you do and say, give nothing but love. Give love and make somebody smile. Give him strength to walk another mile. And you'll feel better all the while. Give nothing but love. When faced with divides, we tend to take sides. We're human, it's just understood. But love is the source, so rather than force, let's all get together like we should. We should. We should. Give nothing but love today. Give love and throw the rest away. In everything you do and say, give nothing but love. Give love and make somebody smile. Give them strength to walk another mile. And you'll feel better all the while. Give nothing but love. Love, nothing but love. Nothing but love. Thank you.
Wow. I love seeing you in it, man. He was there. Did you see him there? Mm. All right. You want to be there or you want to be out in the audience?
Well,
And there's another seat out there.
is there a seat out
Yeah,
there?
you can relax. All right. Wow. Between Jody's prayer and your song, you've given my talk. Not really. Not really. Oh, so I'm going to open it up with an image, which was created by AI. I forgot about that. But it's really profound because it really takes what I'm going to talk about today to the nuts and bolts. It's not complicated. It's actually very pretty. Resurrecting wholeness, habit by habit, earth to spirit. After everybody has one of these. After what's the habit you have? Anybody have a habit?
We're talking grammar here?
We're talking. After I stop eating ice cream, I will lose some weight. Who has a habit? Come on, you guys. We all have a habit, right? And then the seeds. We're planting seeds. We're planting seeds. So, okay, you didn't get that. I'll get to the next one then. That was great. You're just not confessing today, okay? There's no confession here, ever.
I'll confess.
Oh,
After I stop procrastinating, I will feel at peace.
I like that. I will feel at peace, yes.
After I master time management, I will own my life.
Oh, very good. Thank you both for volunteering. Oh, we got another one. Go ahead.
After I stop doubting, I will find faith.
You'll find it today. That's the goal. That's the goal. Because today is what we would call a sacred day. It's They put it here. They stand at a beautiful intersection, Earth Day and Easter.
And 420.
I am not going there. I am not going there at all. It's a good day. It's a good day. It's a good day because we're all together. We're all together to hear this, to know a higher truth, and to be together to rise up. To rise up from all that's out there or in here, that faith, lack of faith. We're all here to rise up. So today's topic is holistic growth, no quick fixes. Oh. I know. I want it now, right? How many of us want it to happen now? Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately. Well, sometimes that does happen. And that's because we're in the perfect position, perfect order of the universe and so forth. But what's interesting is, I don't start to write my talk until Saturday. And so the week prior to that, God brings these conversations to me. And so the conversation, I've had many conversations about many different things, but there are two things that have been the theme of all these conversations. First one is consciousness. And the second one is staying with whatever it is until we see results or we see we're moving in the right direction. How many of us have given up? We're confessing here today. How many of us have given up on ourselves or given up on our dream or given up on something and realized, gee, if I just stayed with it a little bit longer, yeah, thank you. Yeah, then if I just stayed with it, I would have seen how it happened. And there's a reason for there's no quick fix. And this is not written. This is what I have learned. If there's a quick fix, what happens is, and I'm talking about I want it now and it happens. Or I want it now and then you go force it to happen, right? Is that you don't know how you got there. You don't know the steps that it took for your consciousness, for your heart, for the universe to be in the right place, and for you to step through that next level. Pain is a good example. Pain is an awful example, but it's a good example because pain is, to me, a wake-up call. And sometimes we have to go through that in order for us to feel better. I saw my therapist this week, and I'm like, God, leave my knee alone. I had knee surgery, full knee replacement, exactly 3 months ago. And I'm standing, I'm walking, I'm not dancing, I'm not playing basketball, but I am moving around. But I'm at that stage where I'm talking to the therapist and I said, I feel really good. See, that's really good. But be careful, because you will feel really good, and then you'll go do something that's not really good, and then you'll feel really bad. You're at that one stage where it's like pay attention to where you're at and do the work. The work is getting on the darn bike. Not my electric bike, but my stationary bike. Getting on is walking every morning. Is doing, massaging what needs to be massaged. Is doing the exercises, the balancing exercises, which I'm not very good at right now. That's the work. That's the no quick fix. I still have, 9 more months before supposedly this will be as 100% as it's going to get. But that's a good example of how, whoa, I need to slow down, take my time. And in fact, when I went to my retreat, the person that was leading it said, go 70%. So I'm going to give this, that's for you too today. No matter what you're doing that seems really, really hard, go 70%. Just slow it down. Life is moving too fast. Would you agree with me? It's going so fast, I can hardly see what's going on. So slow down to 70% and you'll be happier. I promise you. The other thing, and I just want to point this out, is that when we want change to happen quickly and easily, we have to stop and allow things to transform. We have to be able to be Make sure that it's true for us, because it may or may not be. We have to realize that it's going to go deep, and we have to take one breath and one habit at a time. How many people made New Year's resolutions? I've stopped doing it. I've stopped doing it because it doesn't. That, okay, all right. So I'm going to give you an idea called habit stacking. The reason I say this is we make all these resolutions, and then how many of us keep them? Well, maybe we might keep one, but here's a technique. I've never heard of this before, so it's called habit stacking. And the gentleman's name is James Clear, says, it's something we can do daily, it's simple, it's the power of small daily changes. So, here's what it looks like. It's very simple. After I pour my coffee, I will meditate for 1 minute. You're tying things together. After I brush my teeth, I will speak truth affirmations. After I walk through the door, I will say, thank you, life. I do this now that when I go down Magnolia and I hit all the green lights, I say, thank you, God. After I go down Magnolia with all the lights, I will say, thank you, God. And I do that naturally now. And it's kind of fun. So it helps you to remember what it is you want to do. So just think about that. Is there something that you could do now after I will? Think about it, okay? And you can take notes and you can get your camera out and you can do all that if you want to do it here. I have another quote coming up, so if you want this, I can give it to you later. He also says, rather than pairing your new habit with a particular time and location, you pair it with a current habit. Very, very simple. He says, little changes are like sacred bookmarks in your day, each one nudging us forward towards wholeness, revealing that, yes, we can do this. All right, so today is known for the word resurrection. For me, that brought up little girl, 7, 8, 9 years old, Baptist church. And I appreciate that, I honor that, but metaphysically, we have a different way of looking at it. So I have the definition, metaphysical definition of resurrection for us. Can you forward it, please? Martin? There we go. Resurrection refers to a spiritual rebirth or an awakening rather than a physical one. It signifies a transformation of consciousness arising from a state of limitation or negativity into a state of higher understanding and alignment with the divine. I was like, wow. And I haven't read that before, which is interesting. You'd think I would have read that many, many times, but I hadn't. It's a transformation of consciousness. It's how we think. In some of the classes I teach, one of the comments that the author of this class says is that if we repeat this story, the old story, over and over and over and over in our head, we never get to transform. We stay there. So part of it is shifting that, is changing that consciousness to something else that supports you. It says rising from a state of limitations. It's not easy to do this stuff. Rising up and changing the way we think is not easy. I don't care what anybody says. I go through it. I'm sure you go through it. We have to change that. We are never limited. I can't remember who I was talking to this week, but we talk about limitations. And I'm like, no, we are never limited. There is more than enough. There's an ample amount. And all we have to think about is how do we move ourselves up through that? How do we get into that state of higher understanding? If you don't know how to do that, that's when you call myself, you call Reverend Natasha, who's here today too, our practitioner Sylvia, where Jody's here, Sharonda's here, excuse me. You call us. You let us hold the light for you. Let us know a higher truth for you and get you in alignment. If it's not something you see yet, at least let us hold the high watch and know that we're going to hold that for you. There's nothing for you to do. Just know that we're doing that for you. And that is enough. That is enough. So, there are a lot of new people here today, so I'm glad I'm talking about this. Anyway, this has a lot to do with a personal story of my own journey of creating Om 16 years ago. Now, I know that it says we've only been here for 12, but I've been doing this for longer than that. I was kind of hidden for a long time. But I want to take you through the step-by-step progression, and it's not long. It's just some poignant things that had to happen. When I talk about me, I talk about Om, I want you to think about your own life. Because everything that I say is something we've all had to do. See, when I started Om, there was no road map. Literally, there was no road map. Right, Tom? Right. No, Tom. No road map. And I said, and no grand plan carved in stone. It wasn't carved in stone. I was a little bit lost, actually. So, but the thing that you need to know is I heard this whisper within me that said, go create something sacred. Go create something that people will want to hear. Believe in yourself. That was hard back then. But I did what I could. That was number one. I just showed up. I did what I could every single day. I picked up the phone and talked to the people who did show up. I had classes with them. I wrote my first talk, and I think I had either 6 or 8 people showed up. Thank God. And 2 of them were the people that invited me to be at the place. Then I wrote my second talk. In over 16 years, I've written over 500 talks. Every talk is different. Every talk is new. Every talk is meant to be on purpose. I know, it kind of blows me away. I prepared a room for one person, then another, then more, and then the internet. I did. I'm the one that created this way back when, 13, 14 years ago. Now, I'm not Zoom, though, I can tell you that. But I was the pioneer, one of the pioneers. Again, it was a step by step by step. Lots of mistakes along the way. There's nothing worse than having a monitor, this is silly, but a monitor, computer monitor, and the cable that fits on the monitor doesn't fit on the computer. You got to go find the adapter, right? Thank God they have changed that. Now it's either a C cable or a USB cable. You get it? It's like a lot of things had to change along the way. I prayed with groups. I prayed with classes, and I prayed with individuals. And I cried and prayed with people because that's what spoke through me. Again, it's one thing at a time. Day after day, I showed up. That's the hardest part. The very hardest is showing up. You being here today is the hardest part, but it's the best part. And I did that 24/7. Why do I say 24/7? When we are ordained, it's 24/7, even before that. But it's 24/7. So even yesterday, thank God, and Judy's here today. Judy's in the hospital. She's watching us today. We got to talk almost for about an hour. She won't show herself because she's too beautiful today. But we love her. The point being is, it's happening all the time, guys. You show up all the time. You just keep showing up. Sometimes I showed up with certainty, sometimes with questions, and more than not, with doubt. Did I have faith then? I was testing that. I was testing that faith. Was that what I really wanted to do? But I would always, and still I don't do it as much because my faith has grown. is I would close my eyes and I'd say, reveal to me that which you want me to do, that which you want me to be, and just keep showing up. And I will tell you, oh my God, there's several of you in this room, and you don't know this, but you showed up. You showed up for me, to give me the faith to know that what I was doing was the right thing. And then I kept watering the seeds of Om. Now I say this about me, but I want you to realize this is exactly what happens to you. As you're creating your dreams, as you're creating your life, as you're creating, you're trying to build your faith, I don't care what it is. This is the process. It happens. But you know what? I can stand up here today and I can say, you're it. You chose to come here. You chose to hear what I have to say because you know that it's the same thing in your life. And I'm not here to play games with you. I'm here to, in fact, had a deep conversation before I even started about who are we? We're a healing center. That's who we are. People who come here to heal, to stay, to learn, and then to grow. All those qualities of God on the wall are the things that we teach. Abundance, balance, beauty, clarity, freedom, joy, love. Love, I love your song today. That was wonderful. We're going to end with love too, so good job. But it's a habit by habit, week by week, to know that Om, and I'm changing the name over the next year to Om Community Center for Spiritual Living, because we're a community, and we're a powerful community. I can't tell you how many times, and many of you in this room have had the pleasure of this happening, although it didn't seem like it at the time, of us all coming together and helping each other. It's pretty cool. And the fun part for me is that when I go to conferences or I get in meetings, I get to brag about you. It's really fun. So, resurrection is it's consciousness and change. That doesn't happen moment by moment, but it's how we build our life. So metaphysically, Easter invites us to resurrection of consciousness and to rise to our higher self. I have some questions. Well, let me first say this. Today I ask you to do it. You need to realize it started 2,000 years ago. This gentleman by the name of Jesus said, wake up. Wake up. Here are my stories. Here are the things you need to hear. Here are the things that we need to grow with. And so he started the chain. I'm just part of the chain to wake us up. But I have 3 questions for you, of which you will be able to talk about these later. How much? I can't hear. No, not yet. We got done. Okay. The questions are, what are you ready to rise from? What are you ready to rise from? We all have something. What false belief is ready to be rolled away like the stone, let go of? And what needs a shift in faith? What needs a shift in faith? Which brings me to another story. There's a woman by her name was Maria, and she lost her husband. When we lose somebody that close to us, we feel numb, we disassociate, we disconnect, we're just not, or we go through a divorce. I mean, all those tragic things that happen to us. We have a hard time. But one morning, she signed up for a tiny garden plot in her neighborhood. You know what that is? They have some of these in San Diego, so you can sign up and have a little plot of your own. And not because she was a gardener, but because she felt she needed to do something that was alive. She needed to wake up, to grow up, whatever that was for her. Now at first, and I don't know about you, but I'm not a gardener, I'm the one that pulls the weeds in my yard. Seriously, I've got an acre of weeds. Looks like a nice yard when it's mowed, but it's all weeds. But it's beautiful from a distance. Anyway, not about me. At first she did her herbs. Herbs are really easy to grow, right? I mean, you can't make a mistake. You just put a little water on it, it grows, right? But then she did tomatoes. Now, tomatoes are a little bit harder, right? Because if you put water on the tomato, it gets really hard on the outer skin. So you gotta put water in it a certain way. And then she did more and more and more. And then it felt so good just to be there, to be alive with something that was alive. She started going every day. And when she went every day, she started to give blessings for what she was doing, for the other people in the area. She liked doing the watering. She was pruning. She was cleaning things up. In fact, yesterday I took Forrest. Forrest is my little puppy dog, 2 years old. I took him for a walk. I'm getting off topic here, but I took him for a walk. Almost killed me in the beginning because he saw a squirrel. And I almost went down with him, but I was okay. God, thank you, Nig. Anyway, we, 20 years ago, 19 years ago, we planted an oak tree in this path that we go to. And so yesterday, I'm going and I found it. So we walked to that. And I thought, I gotta bring my pruners next time because it's kind of going wild. Anyway, I got off topic there. But the point being is that, things are growing around us. Anyway, she's in her garden, and she finally says, I'm just going to sit here and be quiet. Be quiet, journal about stuff. And then one day she said, I thought I was planting seeds in the earth, but I was really planting them in myself. It's like this walk with my dog that almost took me down. We're planting seeds. We're learning how to do things, and we're doing it to make the earth a better place. So her resurrection was her consciousness and her change over time. She built one habit at a time. So, which brings us today is Earth Day. Is it today? I don't know if it's Earth Day or not, but it's right here. 2 days. 2 days will be Earth Day. And Earth Day is not just a resurrection internally, it's an external. It's something we see all the time, right? So, and in fact, what was it this morning? I saw something about, or last night before I went to bed, about the earth may be changing colors. It used to be green, and now it's blue, and it may change back to green. I thought, well, that's an interesting idea. But the thing about the earth is something that we have to take care of. We have to be aware of. How many people recycle? How many people do composting of some sort? Or you have to now, I think you have to do something. How many people reuse things? Yeah. How many of us, and everybody should raise their hand on this, how many of us give great thanks for what we see every single day, the beauty that's out there? It's amazing, amazing. That's all we have to do, is be conscious of our earth, what's around us, and just do our best. I like to go to college bookstores and pick up trash. I do. Wherever I go, if I see trash, I just pick it up. It's because that's my home. This is my home. This is your home. So, and I think I said this 2 weeks ago. I said, just as we tend to our souls, we're also tending to the soil. So we're doing that work. Now, I talked about rising. We have to rise above. And there's a lot right now we have to rise above. And I'm not getting into that. I don't go there. But Reverend Dr. Sonny Cantrell Smith, who is the CSL leader, wrote an article about rising up. And so I brought it with me to read. Now, this was a very long article, probably would have been 2 or 3 pages. I got it down to 1. Because I only want us to hear what we really need to know about today, not the whole thing, okay? But she says, rise up, a call, a prayer, a promise. There's something about the phrase rise up that hits the soul. We hear it in protest chants, gospel songs, and political speeches. We feel it in quiet moments when life knocks us down, and we whisper to ourselves, get back up. It's a phrase that lives in the body, the heart, and the collective spirit. But today, rise up isn't just a lyric or a headline, it's a necessity. Rising up is often about survival. When you've been laid off, lost something you care about, or felt like the world's weight is crushing your chest, rising up is choosing to breathe again. It's getting out of bed when your heart is broken. It's showing up to vote even when you're disillusioned. It's holding on to hope when everything else tells you to let go. We rise not just for ourselves, but for each other. For the children watching, for the ones who came before us, for the ones who couldn't rise anymore but dreamt that we would. So whether you're angry, tired, grieving, hope, or unsure, I hope you hear this. Rise up. Rise again. Rise with love. Rise with purpose. Rise and bring someone with you, because the future is watching, and we were born for this. That's powerful. That is powerful. So we're going to do a little process today, and I think we have enough sheets. We're going to give you a little sheet, and you had a pen on your chair, and you can take these pens home. These are brand new. And I'm going to have you, and for those of you that are on the audience, I will put this on the screen, and we'll go over this in a moment when everybody gets it. Right? Yes, please. Just the questions, not the small part. Just the questions, please. Just the questions. Thank you. So I'm going to give you a very short amount of time to complete this, because then we'll do something right after that. Do you have enough?
Yeah, I think so.
Just skip a page?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. All right, so I'm going to put this on the board, and let me talk about this. Yes? Take the tip off of the pin, by the way. They are gel pins. So if you don't take it off, it will not write. Okay? So don't read them. Let me walk you through this, because I want everybody online to have this too. And in fact, why don't you just close your eyes? Just close your eyes for a moment. And I just want you to reflect on your own life. What's going on? What's happening? What are you feeling? And I want you to answer these questions not with a paragraph, but just a couple words. This is about movement in your life. So the first question is, what micro habit can I add to my day that uplifts me spiritually? What can I add to my life that will make me feel better? Think about that. The second question is, what false belief is ready to be rolled away like the stone? What do I need to let go of? What's getting in my way? What can I just say, I don't want this anymore, I'm done? And then the third one is, what part of you needs a soft shift in faith? Not a hard rock, but a soft shift to just know there's something greater happening for you. And so when you get those answers, I want you just to briefly write down a few words that kind of answer that. What are you ready to rise from? Yes.
Our first question online, number 23, aren't those?
They aren't? Well, I think I changed the thing. It's the same thing now.
Okay.
What party is ready to rise? Not one dramatic leap, but take one consistent step. How does that look? That's what's on your sheet. And what is the new earth-loving habit you could integrate into your routine? Either way, answer whatever comes to you. Sorry about that. I changed my mind along the way. Those of you that are online, answer those questions for yourself. So whatever your paper says, answer that or whatever's on that. Because I'm going to give you a moment to share with each other. Okay, you got about 30 seconds in a minute. Keep it simple. Okay, start to end with whatever you've got there. Can we have the lights come back on, please? So now I'm going to ask you to do something, and I hope you're comfortable doing this. I'd like you to turn to a neighbor, and maybe not your partner, and just repeat whatever your answer was to the other person. Like they're kind of a witness to what you've decided you want to do. Okay? So find somebody that you can share with. Natasha, how about you do with over here and then let the two of them go over there. Yeah, time to come back. Come on back. Sounds like a boat coming. Or, yeah, our bell. Ding, ding. Anyway, I apologize for the confusion on the questions, but did you get anything out of this? We did both. You did both? Oh, good. You want to share? All right, we're going to have a share here, guys. Okay. And I repeat it just so they can hear, all right?
I'm new.
Yay, Amy!
Love you, Amy. Okay, Amy says that the micro habit she's going to put in place is affirmations through the day.
Good job, yeah. Affirmations throughout the day.
And my soul care is to take doubt and change it into truth that I'm taken care of.
Soul truth that she's taken care of. Yes.
And my resurrection, which is a constant thing and not dramatic, but a step by step, is to practice envisioning the very best.
Practice envisioning the very best. Good job. Yay. Very good. Very good. Okay. It's all right. All right. Anybody else want to share? No brave souls? It's okay. You don't have to. Was that good for you? Okay. So this is for you to remember. So I have one more thing for you. Actually, I have two things for you.
The lottery numbers.
That'll come later. I'm going to be giving you a gift, and it's not a broken cross. This is actually a phone stand. So, and you'll say, who's Suzette and Dan? My other life is I sell promotional products, and I love doing what I do. And I had these made, and they were done incorrectly. So I had to put a heart on them. And I had to buy like 150 of these. So when you leave, you can take one of these. Now, if you don't want to do that, you can turn it around and do it the opposite way. Here, I'll show you. So if you don't want to look at me, you can do it that way. And so it works both ways, okay? But the idea here is just a gift. Take it home. And again, another way to just tell you I love you and I care about you and I want you to have a good life. Okay? And then there's one more gift. One more gift. It's a hand. And they can get those on the way out. And this is something that was, I can't even remember when I got this, but it's something that I had folded up like this. And I have a little ID folder or wallet kind of thing that I carry around for ease. And I had put it inside. And I forgot all about it. And as I'm writing my talk and I'm looking for something in this area, this dropped off and it fell out. Anyway, it's a gift that's a reminder of how we can be. So I'm going to have them handed out to you. One more handout. One more thing. Before you come to home, you're going to get a lot. And we're going to read this together, so don't read it quite yet. I believe that Rob gave me this. It's one of our congregants that now lives in Denver. Yeah, it's really good. It's really, really good. So let's read it together, okay? Let's read it together. It's not verbally, but just let me read it and you read along with me, okay? Okay. As the world fights to figure everything out, I'll be holding doors for strangers, letting people cut in front of me in traffic, say good morning, keeping babies entertained in grocery lines, that's my favorite, stopping to talk to someone who is lonely, at Costco for sure, being patient with sales clerks, smiling at passerbys. Why? Because I will not stand idly by and live in a world where love is invincible. Say that again. Invisible, thank you. Join me in showing kindness, understanding, and judging less. Be kind to a stranger. Give grace to friends who are having a bad day. Be forgiving of yourself today and every day. Be the change. Be the light. Start today and never stop. Start today and never stop. Yay! Yay! So that's for you to take with you, carry it with you. When you forget who you are or where you're at and how life's supposed to be, just read it. It'll just change your whole attitude. It'll just help you. It's a good affirmation, just a little long. So I want to close with a couple words. This one is by Donald Miller. It says, that's not the one I want. Okay, well, I guess I have to read it then. It says, all the trees are and will lose their leaves, and not one of them is worried. Yeah, nature trusts the process, and so can we. So now we can do our affirmation together. What we do is we stand up here, we say it together, and if you can't stand up, you can just sit. Okay. And we do it 3 times. First time we whisper. The whisper is to our soul. Then we speak it out loud, just normal. And then we scream it to everybody. All right? You ready? And then we'll bring Joe right back up. You ready? Let's do it. I rise into wholeness, habit by habit. I care for my soul and the earth as one living expression of spirit. Normal voice. I rise into wholeness, habit by habit. I care for my soul and the earth as one living expression of spirit. Now let's tell everybody, open that door. I rise to wholeness, habit by habit. I care for my soul and the earth as one living expression of spirit. Thank you very much. Yay. Thanks, guys.